Hi there guys, it's a disappointing weep here, and today we're doing something slightly different to normal. We're doing a manga unhaul on video rather than a haul on video. In this video I'm going to be sharing with you some manga that I'm going to be getting rid of in the next few months, whether it's on eBay or giving it away. But this is all the things in my collection that I really don't see the need to keep, so we'll be going through these and explaining why I'm no longer going to keep them in my collection. It could be that they're terrible, it could be that I already have it, there could be a number of reasons. But without further ado, let's get into the unhaul. So first we're going to start with a very good series, but something that I already have, and that is Madoka Magica. So you can see we have two volumes here. We have volume 1 and volume 2. And the reason that I'm getting rid of these is because after searching a long time for volume 3, I could never find it. So I ended up settling on the omnibus of the series. So now I've got that, I don't really have a need to keep these anymore. So these will be something that I'll probably stick on eBay together as a lot of 2 books. Next up is something else that I have omnibuses for, so no longer will be collecting. And that is this. This is Chobits Volume 3. I really enjoyed Chobits, but now I've got the full series in omnibuses. There's not really much need for me to keep this one volume 3 that I have. So I'll be getting rid of that too. We'll stick with Clamp for now, and we've got these Cardcaptor Sakura Master of the Claw, Volume 6, Volume 5, and Volume 3. This is a continuation of Cardcaptor Sakura. I did try to get into the Cardcaptor Sakura series. I bought the first 2 omnibus editions, but it wasn't really for me, so I'd rather these go to somebody who's actually going to appreciate them. Yes, before anybody says, manga bags, that's what these are in. If there's anything worth taking out, I'll take it out, but I don't really see the need to if I don't need to do it. Another Tokyo Pop series, Candidate for Goddess, not something I was overly bothered about. There's the blurb. 1,000 years ago, 4 planetary systems were utterly destroyed by an alien force. Since then, humans have moved into space colonies and developed humanoid weapons known as Goddess to defend their last remaining home planet. Wasn't something I overly cared about. It's a very old series. It's also completely out of print, so I'd never finish it anyway. So I'll probably put this in a mixed lot with a few other things, just to get rid of it. Next up is something which I know quite a few people really like, and that is Ai Yori Aoshi, I think it's how it's pronounced. We've got Volume 1 and Volume 2. Again, just not for me, not something that I overly enjoyed. There's quite a lot of Tokyo Pop in this, and that's because, for the most part, these are just impossible to finish now. Next up we have Aria, and I think this is Aria Volume 3. This is an ADV series, so little to no chance of getting this finished. So this will also be getting chucked on eBay, probably very soon. Interesting that they put the cover this way, but this is definitely not something that I'm bothered about keeping. If there is anything in here that you're thinking to yourself, oh, I've been searching for that for years, please do leave me a comment and I'm sure we can try and work something out. Next up is a series that I'm going to be getting in a different form very soon, and that is Shaman King. So I've got Shaman King Volume 1. We'll move this to the side. Volume 2, twice for some reason. Volume 3. Volume 6, Volume 9, Volume 10, and Volume 11. Now, I really like Shaman King. I really enjoyed the series, but I could never get this manga in its single volumes from Shonen Jump finished, and they're now going to be releasing the series under a different publisher as omnibus editions, so I'm going to just try and collect those, I think, at this point. I might keep a few of these, but I'd rather get rid of them and help them fund towards the omnibus editions that I'm going to be picking up. So that is Shaman King. Now, another thing that I've got a duplicate of, and that is Rosario Vampire Volume 9. I've got 2 copies of this. I don't know how I ended up with 2 copies of it, so I'll be shifting this because I don't need to own 2 copies. Mistress Fortune. This is a shoujo one-shot series. I think the art is just awful. I really didn't enjoy this. I thought this was really dreadful. So this is something that will be getting chucked on eBay. Next up is Comic Party. Now, Comic Party, I have volumes 1 and 2 for. And then I have Comic Party Last Call volume 3. And this is kind of the follow-on from this series. The thing for me about this series is that I just didn't enjoy it, which goes along with a few of the things in here. Yeah, it just wasn't something I enjoyed, so these are something I'll be getting rid of as well. It's also Tokyo Pop, so I'd be very unlikely to complete it even if I wanted to. Next up is Cardfight Vanguard Volume 1. The Cardfight Vanguard manga is done by Akira Ito, who is also the mangaka behind some of the Yu-Gi-Oh manga. Cardfight Vanguard is a card game like Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a card game I really enjoy. The manga was okay, but people tended to buy multiple copies of this because it came with promo cards. I bought multiple copies for that reason as well. I've got 2 volume 1s. I don't need 2, so I'll be getting rid of this. Bleach Volume 5. Again, something I've got 2 copies of for some reason. And Black Cat Volume 9, which again is something I've got multiple copies of for some reason as well. Next up is something that's a bit strange. This is Iron Fist Shinmi. This is a manga called Kung Fu Boy, I guess. This is something I bought because it was really, really old and it was in English. And I thought it was interesting to see how manga has changed since it first came over to the West. It's published by Bloomsbury, who are very kind of mainstream book publisher. It's genuine manga. I'll just focus that. Genuine manga start here, and it's published right to left. And the boxes are even numbered to tell you what order you should be reading it in. This is actually a really, really long running series in Japan, but it's not something that I'm overly fussed about completing, and I think somebody who maybe wants to collect older manga will probably appreciate this a lot more than I will, so this will be also going on eBay. Something that people probably aren't going to appreciate collecting as much is this, that was in a lot. This is Jackie Chan Adventures from Tokyo Pop. It's been taped up for some reason. I don't know why I'm worried about keeping it in good condition. This is a Animanga, they were called. It's pretty much just print screens, I think, from the cartoon series that somebody decided to publish and pretend it was manga. Oh, it's got adverts in the back. G.I. Joe, my favourite anime. But yeah, this is something that will probably just end up in the bin, to be honest. I don't know why I kept it this long. But that is the Jackie Chan Adventures Cine manga. Next up is another older series. This is really old as well. I think it's published by CMX. This is called The Empty Empire. This is a kind of really old isekai series, but it wasn't overly good. I didn't enjoy it. This will be something that will probably just go in a mixed lot, I think. I mean, it's unbelievably yellow. You probably can't appreciate just how yellow this is, but I mean, you know, it's got the same kind of aged art, but it's okay, I guess. Flip It. Is there any adverts for any other series that they were publishing at this point? Okame Desu, The Empty Empire Volume 2. And this was printed in... Does it say? Well, we've got copyright 1994, 1998. So I'm assuming this wasn't printed any time before 2000. But I'm not too sure. But this is an older series. Again, CMX don't exist anymore. I've got no reason to keep this. I'm never going to complete the series. So this will be getting chucked on eBay. Next up is the only manhwa in my collection, and it's Freak, Legends of the Non-Bonds. This is a battle series. It's not something that I was overly bothered about. Come and meet the totally new bounty hunters, who are nothing like anything you've ever seen before. Again, not something that I was overly interested in. I really don't like the art. I think the art's ugly. But these seem to be quite popular online. People seem to want to buy these, so they'll go on eBay. Genkaku Picasso. This is another artist series from Shonen Jump. And I mean, I think for me, I bought this around the same time as I bought Bakuman. And Bakuman was just infinitely more enjoyable, so I never bothered buying the rest of this. So this again is something that I don't have any reason to keep hold of. Ghost Hunt Volume 9. I don't know how I ended up with a random Volume 9 of this series, but it's not something I'm eager to keep. So this is something that I'll be getting rid of in a mixed lot, probably. This is a sampler, so there's 2 of them in here, I think. Fruits, Baskets and Friends. So this is Tokyo Pop trying to give you sample chapters of what they're about to release. Oh, that's just a piece of paper. Okay. So we've got Kimi Kiss, Bloody Kiss, and UB Rose, and Songs Made to Make You Smile, Happy Cafe, Karakuri Odote, Portrait of M&N, and Demon Sacred. So this is just samples of some of the things that are going to have been printed in Tokyo Pop at this point. I don't know what's going on here. Hit me again, and she's got a bloody nose. Stomp on me, kick me. Oh, this is bizarre. Okay, well, these are things that I'll be probably just throwing into some kind of job lot that I put on eBay. A lot of this will just go into a job lot. I mean, that art's really nice. I don't know what that is, but that looks really, really good. But yeah, these are just going to a job lot. So yeah, that's these Tokyo Pop samplers. Gunsmith Cats. Gunsmith Cats is much more than just this. It's not something I ever really got into, so I'd rather this go to somebody who's actually going to enjoy reading this. Pilgrim Jaeger, Volume 2. This was something I did want to read at one point, but I could never find Volume 1 for. So this is something that I'm going to get rid of because it's just a random Volume 2. Same with this. This is Pre-Tier. This is Volume 3. It's a random volume. I probably bought it because it was really cheap and I hoped that I could get the rest of it. I never bothered getting the rest of it, and the art is pretty atrocious, so I'm probably quite glad that I didn't bother. It's ADV again, so it's been out of print for donkey's years, but that is Pre-Tier. Now, this is something a bit more interesting. This is something I really wanted to read. Sergeant Frog. I've got a shiny one and a not shiny one for some reason. These are both Volume 3s. I wanted to read this, but I think it was something that was really, really popular, so I could never manage to find Volumes 1 and 2 of it. I'll probably get around to getting this if it gets reprinted at some point, but I'm not going to bother trying to collect the singles for it. Oh My Goddess, Adventures of the Mini Goddesses. This is something that I got when I was a lot younger. Oh My Goddess was printed by Dark Horse, I think. Yep, Dark Horse. And I read the single volume comics for it, but I never bothered to collect it, so I just end up with this randomly. It's not something I'm overly fussed about. I think it's just 4-panel comics. But it's something that I'll be chucking into a job lot probably on eBay. I don't know if it's some kind of mega rare collector's item now, but that's Oh My Goddess, Adventures of the Mini Goddesses. Reading from left to right, or I guess it's all downwards, but it goes left to right, like the single volume comics did as well. Happy Lesson Volume 1, so again, something I wasn't overly fussed about. I never bothered to collect the rest of it. It's another ADV title, so why wouldn't we be able to collect it all now anyway? Gun Parade March. This is The Last Dance. Gun Parade. This is again Anime Works. It's out of print. I wasn't fussed by this. I had no interest in collecting any more of it, so I never bothered. But maybe this will be something that somebody else might want. Trigun Maximum Volume 2. Again, a lot of this stuff I bought when I was a lot younger, and I bought it just based on the fact it was manga, rather than because I actually was interested, and that's one of these. I know that some Trigun Maximum volumes are worth quite a lot of money now. I don't think Volume 2 is one of them, but I'll probably just stick this in a mixed lot on eBay. We looked at the Tokyo Pop sneak peeks for what titles they were releasing. I've also got a Shonen Jump one. The Shonen Jump one's got some more, I guess, best recognised titles. You've got Yu-Gi-Oh! D. Greyman, Busa Reiken, and the Prince of Tennis. Then on this side, you've got Mega Man and Haite, the Combat Butler. Again, I don't need this. This is just random chapters, so I'll just chuck this into a mixed lot. And then Wild Act Volumes 1 and 9. A lot of these like random volumes are probably because when I used to go to conventions, probably well over a decade ago, stores would be selling volumes for £1 each, so I'd normally just buy everything that they'd got, so I'd end up with some really random volumes. But now I've got to get rid of them because now I'm stuck with the random volumes. So this will be something I'll chuck in a mixed lot on eBay as well. So altogether, we've got just under 50 volumes that I'm going to be trying to shift in the next month or so. If you've got any recommendations on the best way to shift them, please do tell me. What I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to stick everything here except the Shaman King and the Madoka volumes in a big job lot together on eBay. And I'll probably start it off at, say, I don't know, there'll be like 30 odd volumes, so I'll probably start off at like £20 and see how much money I can get bidding it up. And then I'll stick the Shaman Kings all together and the Madoka volumes together. And hopefully there's about just under 50 volumes here. So if I could make like £40 from this, that'd be great. And then I'd probably put that money towards finishing off Bakuman, which is something that I'm trying to finish at the minute. So that's my manga unhaul for 2021. It's probably the only one I'll do this year. Please do subscribe. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye, guys.